Those were the days when it was difficult to solve crystal structures of 40 to 50 atoms in the asymmetric unit. Many structures resisted, indifferent to our efforts, and periodic schools on direct methods were frequently organized to accelerate the solution of the phase problem for small molecules. But no one knew whether the solution existed or whether we would find it. Many research groups were active. I won't name them for brevity, and I apologize for that. The atmosphere was competitive, but friendly and collaborative. Two competitors, culturally well-equipped and also attentive to experimental practices, were George Sheldrick and Michael Uson. I will refer to them by the names they were called in the daily work of my research group, Giorgio and Michele, respectively. Their every progress was studied and analyzed. I will recall two episodes. We were in Erice, where Michele was presenting the theory of magic integers, a completely new concept, highly intriguing and promising. He concluded the first part of his presentation with the following warning. Tomorrow, I'll present the second part of the theoretical aspects, but don't expect more because I haven't had time to experiment with them. The next morning, Michele was about to open the new session, but Giorgio asked to speak, saying, I've applied it, and it works. I've solved the structure that resisted my previous attempts. It was a very gentle intervention that drew the audience's attention, given the effectiveness of the theory. My inner reaction was, holy cow, Giorgio! I just understood it, and you've already computer programmed it? The second episode recalls a humorous event, a testament to Giorgio's good nature and hidden side. A few years later, again in Erice, I presented a theory that indicated the theoretical limits of the tangent. My calculations suggested that, beyond 500 to 600 atoms, the tangent could not provide useful information on the phase because the variance associated with the estimates was too high. The next day, at the opening of the morning session, Giorgio asked for the floor and invited me to better clarify the limits of the tangent. I did it, and in response, Giorgio said that during the night, he had just solved a structure well beyond 1,000 atoms in the asymmetric unit. A big first at the time. There was a loud ovation and even a certain general amusement. I asked for further clarification because I trusted my calculations. Giorgio kindly and publicly provided them, concluding that he had not only used the tangent, but his variation of the dual space method developed in Buffalo, of which the tangent was only one part. This episode also highlights Giorgio's subtle and playful nature, which contrasted sharply with his English aplomb. It took my research group another 15 years to perfect our programs to bring the direct method's limit to about 2,200 atoms per asymmetric unit. I had many other opportunities to meet and spend time with Giorgio. He was not only a giant of crystallography, but also a very dear friend, and I have the presumption to believe he was fond of me, just as I was fond of him.